Do start with some breaking news tonight. President Donald Trump now saying one of the two National Guard members shot outside a Washington, D.C. metro station yesterday has now died. Trump saying 21-year-old West Virginia National Guard member Sarah Beckstrom passed away from wounds suffered in that attack. 24-year-old Andrew Wolf was also hurt. FBI officials say they are now investigating the shooting as an act of terrorism. Officials say the suspected shooter is an Afghan national that came to the U.S. in 2021 and was granted asylum earlier this year. They say he drove across the country from his home in Washington state to carry out this shooting. He is now facing several charges.
There is confirmation now that the subject had a relationship in Afghanistan with partner forces. We are fully investigating that aspect of his background as well, to include any known associates that are either overseas or here in the United States of America.
In the wake of this shooting, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services has issued new guidance allowing for, quote, negative country-specific factors to be considered when vetting those trying to come into the country from so-called high-risk countries. The Trump administration will be re-examining all green cards issued to people from 19 countries of concern. And these countries are Afghanistan, Burma, Chad, Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. Now, the call for additional re-examinations comes after the Citizenship and Immigration Office said all Afghan national immigration requests would stop indefinitely pending a review of security and vetting protocols. I want to bring in ABC10's Becca Habegger, who is in studio, looking into how this sudden decision is impacting communities right here in Sacramento, especially a large Afghan refugee population. Right, Becca?
Yeah, Alex, the greater Sacramento area is home to one of the nation's largest communities of Afghan refugees. Now, some of them and their families received their status after working for the U.S. military during the 20-year war in Afghanistan. And many have family back in Afghanistan that, for now, aren't allowed to join them here in the U.S.
Growing up in Afghanistan, Ahmed Mansour Nouri's favorite subject in school was English.
I want to learn and I want to study. I want to improve my skills. I want to have a good future.
But when the Taliban took over in 2021, after the U.S. pulled out of Afghanistan, Nouri says they closed the English academies.
After that, so we decided to escape and go to another country.
Nouri, whom we met at the Afghan supermarket in Arden Arcade, says he, his three brothers, and parents fled to Pakistan, and from there, the U.S. They came to California when Nouri was 19.
We just want peace, and we just want to continue living here and making a good future.
Now 20, Nouri says he has hope for his future, but his family back in Afghanistan is struggling. On Thursday morning, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services posted on Facebook, effective immediately, processing of all immigration requests relating to Afghan nationals is stopped indefinitely pending further review of security and vetting protocols. The post sparked reactions, with people pushing back. One comment read, "Crime should be attributed to individuals, not entire communities or nationalities." Nouri agrees with that comment. He says the government should keep out and send away immigrants who commit crimes. However,
most people that they're just thinking about their job, about their family, about their future.
President Donald Trump taking a broader approach.
We must now re-examine every single alien who has entered our country from Afghanistan under Biden, and we must take all necessary measures to ensure the removal of any alien from any country who does not belong here or add benefit to our country.
Democratic Congressman Ami Bera represents the Sacramento area and helps Afghan nationals who assisted the U.S. military during the war gain refugee status in the U.S., a process now on pause.
One bad person like that shouldn't damage an entire population that has served with the United States.
Colleagues. Congressman Bera tells me he plans to speak with his colleagues when Congress returns to session on Monday. He adds that granting refugee status to Afghan nationals who helped the U.S. military during the war and now face threats from the Taliban, he thinks shouldn't be a partisan issue. Alex?
All right, Becca, thank you so much for that update.